Hello and welcome to episode 82 of the 214 Sports Show. This episode is dedicated to the best number 82 in all of Dallas sports history, Jason Witten, Dallas Cowboys tight end, legend. Gotta include him. Grew up watching him, of course. I wish he would have gotten a Super Bowl, but of course, there's a lot of people on that, um, late 2000s, early 2010 Cowboys squads that definitely deserve the ring, but we can't go back in the past. But, anyways, we are very delighted that you guys decided to join us here this Thursday morning or whenever you guys are watching it. We'll be talking about the Rangers as their season begins to close and the Dallas Cowboys as their season begins to start. My name is TJ Krilowicz. I'm joined alongside my co host, Joseph Duffey. Joe, go ahead and tell the fans how you're doing.
TJ, I'm doing swell on this fine Thursday morning. We're premiering this episode. Glad to be back for episode 82, the Jason Witten episode, the first jersey I ever had as a Cowboys fan. So glad to be honoring the guy, and I completely agree with you that he should have had a ring, well deserved. So many other guys that come to mind, like Des Bryant and Zach Martin, that also deserved rings. But it's been the life of being a Cowboys fan these past 30 years and really our whole lives. So glad to be back on for episode 82.
Yeah, man. Glad you are back on it. How hot is it in New York right now?
It is actually an early fall. I couldn't believe my eyes. And to be honest, they're saying it's not supposed to be like this, but it's like 64 right now. Like very cool. Like I need a jacket. For me, they laugh at that, but I want a jacket when it's that kind of temperature. I put on my jacket when I walk outside when it's 64, and by the time 8 o'clock comes rolling around here, we're looking at 50s. So not really hot at all.
Wow, man. All right, that is I should have asked the question. Look, I mean, I'm in Austin, Texas right now, and believe it or not, this shirt was light pink, or yeah, it was light pink by the start of the day. All right, now it's drenched in sweat. No, I'm joking. But I am sweating. I'm still sweating. I like last time I've been outside is 20 minutes ago. But anyways.
Big Saturday coming up for the Texas
Oh, big
Longhorns.
Saturday for people in Austin, Texas, for sure, for sure.
Absolutely.
Gotta represent. But anyways, thank you again for coming in to episode 82. We will start off with on today's date for Dallas sports history, something very lighthearted, something that's gives us a good spirit before we start talking about the depressing Texas Rangers. But Travis Jankowski, 1 year ago today, made one of the greatest home run robberies to beat the mighty Chicago White Sox in a game. And the top of the ninth, walk off potentially. The White Sox almost hit a walk off, was guaranteed. I looked at it. Andrew Vaughn looked like he smacked that 400 feet, and Travis Jankowski goes in and makes a superhuman catch to bring it back into the ballpark. And yeah, the Rangers hold on to the win 4-3. They go to 62 and 71. Wyatt Langford, the only source of runs this game, he had a three run home run in the top of the fourth, and then Corey Seager had an RBI single in the top of the ninth to make it 4-3. He went 4 for 5 this game. But yeah, Jose Urena gets the
Hmm.
win for the Rangers, and got a
Man.
little quick question for you. Grant Anderson got the save, by the way.
Oh my
But
God.
got a quick question for you. What do you think the White Sox record was at this point?
We're talking August baseball.
I'll
It
let
was
you know they
probably
played 134 games at this point.
134. I'm gonna say they had 44 wins at this time.
Oh man, you thought the White Sox were way better. 31 and 103 was the White Sox record.
Jesus.
18 and
Jesus.
50 at home
Oh
at
my God.
Guaranteed Rate Ballpark. Just unbelievable.
I will
Unbelievable. That was
I
a
will
Ranger
say
last year.
I remember like your reaction in the group chat when Jankowski made that catch. You went nuts.
Oh,
You were
did
like,
I?
hey, you're like,
Uh,
anybody just see that? Anybody just see that?
I know somebody saw
And
that.
I'm not gonna
Somebody had
lie.
to have seen it.
I'm not gonna lie. I was not watching this game at all. I thought the season was over. The White Sox weren't necessarily, good comp. So I was kind of starting to check out a little bit at this time last year. But yeah, that was a crazy catch. I remember it like yesterday. But I miss Jankowski, man. I don't know about you. El Blondie. That World Series run, that whole season, he was really spectacular playing in that platoon role. And you can always depend on him in the outfield for sure defensively and just get you a clutch hit every now and then. So I really do miss Travis Jankowski in the red, white, and blue.
Absolutely, man. Travis Jankowski should have stayed as a Texas Ranger after last year, especially with his way that he stepped up in the 2023 World Series. One of the greatest utility men that the Rangers have ever had for sure. But speaking of the Texas Rangers, let's go ahead and go to present day, August 28, 2025, where the Texas Rangers are either one game above 500 or one game below 500. We don't know. We do not know the outcome of Wednesday's game against the Los Angeles Angels. It's the rubber match. We'll see if they win this series. If they want to have any chance of making the playoffs, they have to at least take the series at home against the Los Angeles Angels, I believe. Or do they have four games against the Angels?
No, this is the last one.
It's the
Wednesday's the
last
last
one.
game.
Okay. Okay. Just making sure right there. But yeah, you could argue right now, and I don't even think it's really an argument. I think it's pretty set in stone at this point with the recent news of a certain player, Nathan Eovaldi, looking like he is likely going to be out for the season with a rotator cuff strain. The potential Cy Young contender, which a lot of people were overlooking. I think he did not get as much attention for these awards that he should have, but had a 1.73 ERA throughout this season, just deadly on the mound for Nathan Eovaldi. And now it's looking like it's possible that we won't see him back on that mound for the rest of the year. And it's you could say that the light at the end of the tunnel for the Rangers is slowly fading away, don't you think?
I don't want to go there yet. It hurts a lot. Just kill me, man. Nathan Eovaldi, who has been unquestionably the ace of this rotation this year and had arguably a Cy Young season. It just sucked to see because he just had a great start against Cleveland, going those 7 innings and just dominated in the sweep of the Guardians. So it just absolutely stinks. But they're technically, as we're recording this, 4.5 games back of the third wild card. And well, you've seen the Mariners do this before. I know the Royals just dominated against the Rangers. They still have the tiebreaker against us right now, but it's not technically over. You still have a guy in Jacob deGrom, who's going to deal with some injuries lingering in the background. Sometimes he had to bump his start back like last week. But he's still here. You have dependable arms. Hopefully, Tyler Mahle can come back eventually. I don't know where he is right now, but
I
eventually he'll
know.
come back. I don't know what happened, dude. But you have somewhat of a starting rotation, even though you lose your ace. So we've seen this team usually have good offenses as they limit to the playoffs. But I see what you mean if you're saying like it's starting to look like the light is going down at the end of the tunnel because the offense hasn't been that effective still in these past 2 weeks. So I just really think this team is not going to give up to the end. Do I think they'll get that third wild card? I'm not going to say it's over just yet, but it definitely is disheartening to see this Nathan Eovaldi injury.
And Tyler Mull, if you can hear us, please come back. Going back to the trade deadline with Merrill Kelly, a lot of people really weren't liking that trade. But you're looking at this injury with Nathan Eovaldi.
It might be clutch.
It looks very good now. If they want any chance of going to the playoffs. And I mean, I hate to just, not believe in my team. All right. It's just like in my DNA. I have to believe in my team. I can't say that the season's over for them as much as I want to. I can't. I have to believe. Jake Latz starting today against Los Angeles or yesterday. I don't know how he does. Maybe he goes and shuts them out. But right now, it's like, man, this is really our rotation right now. But you look at the schedule going into September, you have a real chance to take advantage of this schedule. You have two series against Houston. You don't play Seattle, however, but you have two, and that maybe that's a good thing because we always struggle against Seattle. But you have two series against Houston. You can easily, not easily, but you could take some games from them here. You can also take some games because you're playing the Athletics, you're playing the Diamondbacks, not the best kind of competition. I know the Diamondbacks just beat us in a series. You also have, the Guardians in Miami and Minnesota who are all kind of lingering around that 500 spot, just like the Rangers are. These are times to take advantage, and you do have a series against the best team in the league, but luckily they got it in Arlington, which is the only place that they seem to know how to win games at times, if they can win. And so I'm just saying, like, you can take advantage of this. My only question is who is going to be this third person in the playoffs rotation if they do make the playoffs and make it far? I mean, this is such a hypothetical question because it's so the possibilities of them making it to the ALDS and having to make a three-man rotation, starting rotation is pretty low right now. But again, hey, we're believing, all right? We are believing.
We're drinking the Kool-Aid.
You got Jacob DeGrom. Oh, what flavor, by the way? Is it blue raspberry?
It's
That's the only
it's
one I
gonna be
like.
cherry. It's gonna be cherry.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Damn it. But Merrill Kelly, Jacob DeGrom,
Probably Jack
has
Leiter,
to be
right?
Jack Leiter, right?
Has to be. Yeah, has to be.
There's no other option if Tyler Mahl can't come back, which I don't know when he is coming back.
Haven't heard much. I mean, I've seen him throw off a mound like recently, but
Mhm.
I cannot believe his injury sidelined him that long. He was balling the beginning of the season. Didn't think he was going to be out, all the way to potentially September. I couldn't have called that like after what his start was.
Is there just like, does he just forget that he's I mean, I don't know, dude.
It's
Like
like
he's
Josh
getting
Spores.
hurt
Where's Josh
so
Spores
much.
at?
Josh Spores is another mystery. Some of these people, I just think that we're imagining them. I don't even know what to say.
Figments of our
There's no word
imagination.
on them. These were huge integral pieces. Tyler Mull for part of our season, and then Josh Spores in 2023 postseason. I'd love to hear what their progress is, how their progress is going. If we have any hope that they should be playing by the end of the season, because that's going to be some big things. And maybe I haven't been reading enough, but that's a big mystery to me. Those two players, but
I mean, Cody Bradford. I mean, again, it's like I think he just had
well, we
surgery
heard that
like in
he just had
yeah.
surgery.
My God, man, these guys are just cursing the Rangers organization. Just sucks. They
We'll
always got to deal with something.
we'll get Bustin Lats to be our third pitcher. As well.
I look, he has been much better than
He's
I
been bussing,
expected.
right? He's
Yeah,
been bussing.
bussin', 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 as Bruce Bochy says, bussin'.
He's
Did
been
I
bussing.
say that right? Did I say that right?
You sound kind of like Jerry Jones now.
Oh
But
man.
yeah, I mean, I would remain hopeful for the Rangers just because it's more fun when you're hopeful. It's also
Yeah,
more disappointing, but I mean,
yeah,
4.5 games is almost nothing. That's almost the whole series.
yeah.
You could gain that in you could gain that in 5 days. I mean, it'd have to be pretty damn good 5 days, but I mean, you can gain that pretty quickly. And we saw, I mean, again, just a few weeks ago, the Rangers were almost in that wild card spot, just about a half game off, going to play that game against the Yankees. Um, and ever since that, they haven't been back to that position. But it's super, these standings can change rapidly. So
I also will say, as it stands, I believe if they were to get that third wild card, they're gonna play against Houston. You think these players don't realize that? I think they would take that matchup in a heartbeat. Now, again, they have two more series against the Astros coming up, in this last month of the season. But if there's a situation where you want your team to play for a three-game wild card series, I'm sure these dudes wouldn't mind playing in Houston again. I don't know if you want to go to Detroit. I don't know if you also want to go to Toronto. Sorry about that. I mean, I know there's um, we had a chance to win that series, but that's a hostile crowd that is hungry to finally make some noise as the number one team in the AL. I don't know if I want to go to Toronto, but this team right here could probably take, Houston if they really wanted to. So this team is not out of it just yet. 4.5, like you said, you could gain that rather quickly. All it takes is just getting the streak rolling and the team that's in front of you just kind of having, a poor week. So not exactly out of it just yet, these Rangers.
man, it would be what a sight it would be to take uh, a wild card series in a Globe Life South. That would be one heck of an experience.
Global Life South.
But yeah, I mean the Texas Rangers, they're going into their series. They're going to go to Sacramento to play the Athletics for this weekend, and then they will be going to Phoenix to be playing the Arizona Diamondbacks. Um, Yeah, this is the starting pitching lineup slate for the Athletics would be Jack Leiter, Merrill Kelly, and then Jacob deGrom. Those are potentially the three people that you would see
That's
in the
not bad.
playoffs. We'll see how they do against the Athletics.
You
Um,
cannot lose another game, I think, in this run. From the end of this Angels series. We'll see how this ends. I think they'll win this game. I trust Jacob Latz over Kuchinevich, but um, I think you cannot lose a single game in that Athletics game in the Athletics series. We'll see with Arizona. I think that's too far ahead, but
I think they lose at least one game. I keep on. Oh my goodness, man, it's gonna take forever until they move to Vegas. Almost called them Oakland, but I don't think the Rangers have had a three-game road sweep this season.
it's bad. It's
There's no way
bad.
they have. I mean, looking at their record on the road,
I
I
don't.
highly doubt that they have a three-game road sweep.
None that I
But
remember.
maybe I'll get back to you on that. But um, moving on to the Dallas Cowboys, will be starting their season a week from today. Unfortunately, it's going to be against the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. Gonna have to see them raise the banner if you decide to watch that game. But damn, dude,
Yeah,
it's gonna suck.
it's gonna be nauseating.
It's gonna be
But
nauseating.
I wouldn't have it any other way. I really wouldn't. What an opportunity for this team. The first game of the Brian Schottenheimer era. What an opportunity. Hopefully Micah Parsons plays. We'll get to that in a second. But what an opportunity to spoil the night of the Philadelphia Eagles if this is the first game of the Schottenheimer era and a new offense, new look offense for the Cowboys. Great opportunity at hand for them to start the season off on the right foot.
Well, I mean, that would be a really great start to the shoddy era. I mean, you have a game where, I mean, when's the last time that we've won in Philadelphia? It's been a pretty long time.
Usually,
It's been at least 4 or 5 years, 4 years, right?
usually when they win in Philadelphia, it's when we're much better and they're playing a backup QB or a guy who's not necessarily as good. Let me look
A
this
lot
up.
of times we play them very late in the season in
Yeah.
Philadelphia, but I mean, I mean, it's a very tough game, but the thing that really disappointed me from the transition from Jason Garrett to Mike McCarthy was the lack of discipline still there. The lack of just having these issues that you seem to feel like are only the Cowboys. The clock management against San Francisco in the wild card game in 2021. The last game or the last play against the 49ers in 2022. Where Kavate Turpin just got blown up, and Zeke was our snapper for some reason. All these stuff is just like, man, this is not a winning formula, obviously. Um, and you kind of want to just see a solid win that doesn't have any issues with discipline or clock management or anything like that. That would be a obviously a huge step up for the Dallas Cowboys, but um, I mean, hey, I'll always say that if the Cowboys go 3-14 for the season, won't lose any sleep as long as those three wins are against the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. All right. Get those three wins. I could care less. Lose to Carolina. I don't care. Lose to the Giants for once. Give them a win. Let's be nice. Give them a win.
Nah, don't give them a win.
No, give them
Never
a
want.
win. Let's get that first pick. Let's get Arch Manning.
No, some people are really counting out this team on a serious note. Um, Again, I've said in the past, we'll get more of a prediction episode next week, but I can see this team from 7 to 11 wins. I don't think it's crazy to say they'll have 11 wins, honestly. Do I think we're gonna see the range of having 12 to 13 for a while? Probably not, but I think this offense will really put this team on its back. And we've seen it before about the NFL kickoff. But stupid stuff happens on that for the Super Bowl champions usually. We've seen the Lions, kind of dominate the Chiefs in the fourth quarter when the Chiefs were raising up their banner. We've seen teams flat out have a dud on the opening night kickoff. It's not always a lock for the Super Bowl champions that are hoisting their banner on this night. So I'm not going to say it's a lock for the Cowboys to win, but it's a rivalry game. Anything can happen. And because of that factor of it being a divisional game, first of all, to start the year, is awesome, and I think this it gives the Cowboys a fair shot against Philadelphia. They play well against Jalen Hurts. Even and this is gonna be by the way, they don't usually have a lot of Jalen and Dak matchups like that actually matter with
Yeah.
both rosters healthy. This is gonna be
Mhm.
one of the few times we've seen them match up, and it's gonna be cool to see for an opening kickoff.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm also really obviously I think the most interesting thing about this game against Philadelphia, and again we'll talk more about this next week, but I'm really excited to see how Dak can respond to actually having more than one weapon at wide receiver, and having George Pickens now on the other side of CeeDee Lamb. I think that that's going to be really interesting to see. That's going to be a really, really fun matchup to see George Pickens go up first game against our biggest rival in their home stadium. I think that I'll go ahead and throw in a say that he's going to go over for 100 yards. That's going to be my prediction. But um, we do have Micah Parsons, who is on the other side on the defense, looking more and more and more and more unlikely to play against Philadelphia, which is going to be a big hit. And we'll even see if he's on the team by the end of the year or if he's, I think that we are fully, I think the Cowboys are fully going to keep him. I don't think that they'll try to trade him at any point of the season, maybe, but I think that Micah looks like he's not going to play, right? I mean,
He'll play.
you
And
think he'll play?
I think he'll play. And the thing is, they could franchise tag him, and he will play.
That's what I'm
Uh,
saying.
I mean, he will play. If they don't get something done, he will get tagged, and he will play. But I do think that there is a strained relationship now. I absolutely do believe that. I'm obviously don't work for the Cowboys, but like when you see this happening and you see this prolonging and you see this bad relationship between his agent David Mulugheta and Jerry, David Mulugheta telling Jerry to stick this up your ass basically after his offer. I'm like, more people I see are starting to side with Jerry with this situation. I don't know if you pay attention with this because of this guy's agent. And I'm not going to say that Micah doesn't deserve this money, but they had an offer for him. It may have been late, but they did offer him. You can't say Jerry didn't try. So this situation is getting a little bit murky. It's gonna be one of those rare situations where you just hope Micah can really just uh, really help the team here because they need him. And I'm surprised I'm not hearing more players speaking out about this. I don't know if they have some in-house policy about their players during this situation leading up to week one, possibly having a distraction, but I'm not hearing a lot of guys anymore vouching for Micah. They must just be thinking straight up about Philadelphia at this point, but it's a little weird to me. I don't know how you feel about it, but I haven't heard a lot of guys since, that Trayvon Diggs clip that came out in training camp about, 3 or 4 weeks ago. Um,
Oh, it's really weird, but at the same time, it's also really weird what's been going on with Jerry Jones, like where he's been going on the Michael Irvin podcast or the Michael Irvin show and telling him to go talk to Micah personally and stuff. Like,
oh my
Jerry, you're doing podcasts right now. This is, this is serious stuff. But I mean, Micah's such an elite player. Obviously, we talk about him having his comparisons to like Lawrence Taylor a lot. And people just thinking that he's one of, I mean, he is an elite talent. But and I don't know if this really is going to affect him, but him not playing with the team, him not being part of training camp now is going to be interesting to see if he does play in week one, if he's going to be, maybe not conditioned, maybe not ready, for week one against Philadelphia. Maybe he could, could have a limited role. I know that Schottenheimer said something about that a couple days ago about him maybe potentially having a limited role if he does end up playing. But I mean, I just, I hope that it happens. I was thinking about this last night. It's like our luck with linebackers in recent history has just been so shot. And it would just be such a heartbreaker to lose someone like Micah Parsons, where we've seen the potential. We know that he can become one of the greatest linebackers in Dallas Cowboys history. You go back to Sean Lee and his injuries, Lane Vander Esch and his injuries, Jalen Smith and his injuries, and now even Demarion Overshown with his injuries. Our linebackers, man, in recent history have just been shot. And you want to see Micah Parsons go out there and succeed And now now it's looking a little bit unlikely at times that he can even play at some point. Hopefully he will play at some point this season, and hopefully it's against Philadelphia because again, that's one of the three games that I have marked on my calendar. All right, I need those wins, but
Yeah, and there's just I hate it for Overshaw how you mentioned that just as I'm wearing this Longhorn polo because he was one of the guys I've been hopeful of since day one, and
yep,
he's dealt with
absolutely.
so much injury. Man, it's just heartbreaking to see. But you look at Micah Parsons and you really hit the nail on the head. Like we've had so much, unlucky things happen with our linebackers, and just you wish they were healthy, getting their money from day one, getting paid, and just set in stone for the team, not dealing with injuries. I mean, he's about to go with a second opinion now to get his back tested. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, he still hasn't been getting those reps, as you mentioned. So even if he were to play week one, is he playing all those reps that we're accustomed to seeing him do? Is he going to
Mhm.
be in the field like as we expect him to be, or is he going to be having a ramp up plan as Brian Schottenheimer described it? So very murky situation here. It just absolutely sucks. But like every offseason for the Cowboys, we're used to this. It's not the Cowboys offseason without a little bit of drama.
Yep, and even the regular season as well. So, I mean, hey, it's just part of the Dallas Cowboys, and hey, we'll definitely have a lot more about the Dallas Cowboys in their season preview next week, and so I'm really excited about that. But for now, we'll let you guys go. All right. This will be it for episode 82, the Jason Witten episode, Cowboys legend. I really, really appreciate anybody who decided to stick with us and watch this video, and we really appreciate your interaction and your support with our podcast and our social media. If you guys would like to subscribe, share, or like this video, we post every Thursday at 11 a.m. on YouTube and Spotify at the 214 Sports Show. And you can also follow us on our social medias where we post additional content, some additional on today's dates, and other stuff as well. That'll be on Twitter/X, TikTok, and also on Instagram. You can follow us there at 214 Sports Show. We got the graphics below us right now. If you want to follow me on Twitter/X or Instagram, on Twitter, I'm TJ_Krilowicz, and on Instagram, I'm TJ.Krilowicz. And Joe, you go ahead and take the mic.
On Instagram, I am Joseph_Duffey99. And then on Twitter, it's the same thing, Joseph_Duffey99. And on TikTok, if you want to follow, I'm at Joe_Duffey.
Yeah, follow this man's TikTok. He's got a lot of great videos, a lot of great content over there. So
Trying to grow.
trying to grow in our profession. Just a
Hmm.
couple college students. Now somebody's a grad student, but undergrad and grad student here. But we gotta we're just trying to make it out in the real world and continue our passion for sports media. So,
Indeed.
anyways, thank you again for watching our video, and we again appreciate your time watching us. We'll hopefully see you guys next week for our Cowboys season preview. Have a great weekend. Once again, see you guys next week.
We'll see you.